Shalom. So we're going to look at relationship status because this is very important when you meet a person, right? And the thing is, we know, as we know, in this culture, the way words are used, it's totally opposite sometimes from what the person's intention is or what the person really means. And sometimes we put our interpretation on what the person is saying, and then you know how that turns out, right? Because the person can always say, "Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say this," right? They just give an impression and then leave you to figure out what the answer is. Now, when a person say he or she is single, it is very important for you to understand their definition of single, because your definition might not be the same as theirs, right? So it can mean a few things. Probably you might have your other definitions that you can add to this list, right? Now, a person say he or she is single, single as in you don't have any form of relationship, you are not talking to anyone like on an intimate level, right? Because they might not be in a relationship like that, but they can be dating someone, talking to someone, right? So you have to understand if this is the case, because what happens with this is that they might not yet be in a relationship. They know there's someone out there that they like, and they know their intention too is to be with that person, but they still will not say plainly to you, so you don't really know what the case really is. And then you're there talking to them for a while, and then you get this feeling as if there's really something there, and then 2 days, 2 weeks, you see the person is in a relationship. You're like, what the hell? You know? So it's very important to understand what they actually mean when they use this word, right? No. Another case, they're just talking to someone, right? Like I said, people know their intention. They know whether they will do something or will not do something, right? But sometimes they like to keep the options open, right? Sometimes some people don't like to like the feeling of being alone. So by having multiple people to talk to or to choose from who to talk to, they always keep this open. Oh, just talking to someone, right? Yeah, but on what level? With what intention? So you have to be clear with this. No, in other cases, not committed. So they might have someone, right? They might have someone there having a sexual relationship with that someone, that person, but it's just not committed. Like they don't know whether it's serious or not, even if it's going 5 years, because people do have these sexual relationships 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. It can go a very long time, right? And they still don't know whether what it really is, right? They'll know that their partner doing stuff, they might be doing stuff, but they're lost. They're so lost to what they are really doing with each other, you know. So you have to understand if this is their definition of single. They are single. They're sexually active. They are with a person, but they don't consider it to be a relationship, right? And guess what? This is what they will tell you about the actual person that they are doing this thing with. That person don't know. That person don't have that same understanding that you have. You know, just to put that out there. In other case, they're just having fun. So they can be single. They don't live with a man or a woman, whichever the gender might be. They're single in that case. But guess what? If they go out and feel like they just want to have sex, they'll do it. There's no attachment, there's no commitment. And they consider that as being single, right? So if a person said he or she is single and you just think this is the answer, they're not dating, they're not in a relationship, they're free, right? This is what we usually put on their definition. And what happens? It turns out to be a deception, because they're not confirming that your interpretation is wrong. But if the day comes where something happens, then they will say that, oh, I did not tell you this. I said I was single. I did not tell you, right? So a lot of people do these things. They leave impressions and leave you to figure it out. And if you put your fixed meaning on it, then at the end of the day, they will always say, I did not tell you that. So you want to always be clear when it comes down to this type of thing, relationship statuses, right? Because some people are still lying to themselves. So by default, they're going to lie to you consciously or subconsciously. Shalom.